welcome to Should I Buy This Game? My name is Christine and this is the June update. In this video, I'm going to talk about my game stats, the games we played last month. I'm going to talk about the videos we posted last month. Then we will get into just a little bit of board game news, and then I have May new game releases, and we're going to end it up with what's hot on Kickstarter. So we will start with the game stats. So last month, we ended up playing 26 games. Of those 26 games, 10 of them were unique, and then 3 of them were new to me games. Now, our most played game was actually Welcome to the Moon, and this is part of the Welcome to series. And this game came out a few years ago, but we just picked it up this month, and we've really been enjoying it. Gemma and I so far have made it to level, I think we just completed level 5, and Mark and I made it to level 3. And I really like the game because with each level, it gets more and more complex. And so it's a new game each time you play. So it's been really enjoyable. And so that is not only the most played game, but also the favorite game we played last month. So during the month of May, we posted 10 videos. In case you missed some of them, and you might want to go back and watch some of them, I will put the links in the description below. But some of the videos we posted was, first off, it was Parks, original Parks versus Parks 2.0. I show you both games in the video, which can be very helpful, and talk about the things we liked and disliked about the games and which one we ended up keeping. Then I also showed you Next Station Paris. It's in the Flip and Write series. There was Next Station London, Next Station Tokyo, and now there's Paris. I finally got around to showing you Daitoshi. Jim and I really enjoyed playing that game. We had played it way back when we got it in the end of November, and then with all the craziness, we just didn't get back to it until recently. So we finally got that video posted. I then did Aqua, the Pocket Edition, and this is a really cute, fast 2-player card game. It's really interesting concept because one person is going to score for rows and the other person is going to score for the columns. We did Perch. It's a sort of area majority game that was really fun and cute. I finally got around to showing you Inori, which is an abstract strategy game. I got the new Earth Abundance expansion, and so I showed you that and gave you some of my personal thoughts on the expansion. And then I showed you Photo Tour North America, which is a new game that may not be out quite yet. I got mine through Kickstarter. I also showed you as part of our vintage finds, the 50th anniversary of Clue. And then I talked about 14 board game genres and themes that I shouldn't impulse buy. And this was sort of the end of the series of culling games, like how to cull games, games I culled, and then sort of a takeaway from that, and which sort of types of games I shouldn't just sort of buy on impulse. I should really look into more because those are the games that I am culling a lot more often. So I don't have a lot of board game news, but the one thing again ongoing is the tariffs. And so earlier this month, they dropped from the 145% to 30%. And you might think, wow, that's great, but they're still 3 times higher than where they started. So although they are a lot lower and some game companies are able to cover them, for some other smaller game companies, they're still having to pay 3 times as much as they probably originally planned. So it's still an ongoing conversation, but at least by dropping it, there's more hope or a better chance that some of these board games will start moving out of China and then into the US. And then the other sort of channel news is that I'm going on vacation, and so is the channel. So right now, I'm not actually here. I filmed this early. I am actually in the middle of the Mediterranean. And so I decided that this time when I go on my 3-week vacation, I really don't want to be posting videos while I'm in the middle of the ocean. And so I've decided that I'm going to take a break. And so for the first 3 weeks in June, we won't be posting any videos. And then when I come back at the end of the June, will start up again, and then we'll probably be getting into a lot of Gen Con coverage because that is coming up quickly. So if you're wondering what happened, I am on vacation. So unlike last month, there were actually a lot of games released during the month of May. And so I've just picked a few to talk about with you. These aren't in any order, just sort of the order I came across them, really. So the first one is 1 a.m. Jailbreak, and this is a card game from Sashi and Sashi. And you want to help prisoners gain their freedom from your hand. So you have prisoners in your hand, and you're playing them and trying to dig a tunnel for them to escape. So I have this game, and I keep trying to play it, but other games get priority. So hopefully I'll play it soon. But it is now available in North America, at least through one of my local game stores. The next one is Algae Inc. It says it's a medium-heavy asymmetrical strategy game that combines resource management, tableau building, and multi-processing. And so it sounds like it could be a really interesting game to try out. As you know, I go with a lot of nature-themed games. Then there's Flip 7. This is a party game. It's a card game, and you flip over cards without flipping the same number twice. And this was really popular. I think they were showing it at PAX when we were there, and everybody's talking about it and playing it. And it's just a little card game that if you like party games, you might want to pick up. Now, this one is part of a series. So first off, we have Cat Blues, The Big Gig. And this is an evolved edition of Reiner Knizia's classic card game, Cat Blues. So it is a cat game. Then next in the series is a game called Bebop. And this is an area majority via the placement of tiles and dice. And I've seen this one, again, when we were at PAX, they had it set up, and it looked like a cute game where you're putting tiles out and dice around different areas of a jazz festival. And then the third one in the series is Shuffle and Swing. And in this one, you're running a factory to build musical instruments, and you have supervisors that are mice, and you employ cats to make these really big instruments. And there's different mechanics with little, I think the rondelles or something, and you go around and you do this and that. And so it looked like a really cute game. Then there's a game called Australis. Again, we saw this one at PAX, and I think we filmed a video of it that I'll post the link to if we have it. And it's a dice rolling strategy game set off the eastern coast of Australia. There's another one called Biome, and this is another tableau building game, and you're building a thriving biome. Then there's Ministry of Lost Things. I just got this through Kickstarter, but I noticed it's available at my local store. And this is one of those sort of like escape room type puzzles. Like you open an envelope and there's puzzles to solve to move on to the next envelope. And you use clues. And this one, I'm just looking at it there. Here, you can pass it to me. I can show you the box. I have it right here. So they call it a Puzzle Tale series. And so this one is called Link Condition, Case 1. And I think their goal is to put out more and more cases as it goes. So I can just show you and open it. I haven't played it yet. We're thinking of taking it with us on vacation. But so there'll be an envelope, and you open it, you do it, and then once you complete this envelope, you'll move on to the next one. And then also Disney Lorcana's latest release, Reign of Jafar, is also just been released. And then a few other games I'll just mention. I'm not going to go into detail, but they might interest you, is Galactic Cruise, which is the game I think we filmed a video of at PAX, Molly House, Everbloom, Trailblazer, the Arizona Trail, Potions of Azurland. Looks sort of interesting. And I think that was all on my list. So there were quite a few games, and those are just the games that interest me. There were actually quite a few games out there that were released in May, which was nice to see since April was such a, I think I shared 3 games with you. So it's nice to see that more and more games are starting to come into the stores. And our last segment is what is hot on Kickstarter. And like last month, sort of similar, I only have 3 things to share with you. Kickstarter has been very quiet. So the first one is the Age of Steam, which you might be familiar with, Deluxe Expansion Volume 5 and 6. So if you have Age of Steam, you might be interested. It's 16 additional expansion maps for Age of Steam Deluxe, and you have until June 6th if you want to back that one. Then there's a game called Cat Rescue. This is the 2nd edition. The competitive cat saving game. Compete to see who can rescue more stray cats and put them in the forever homes in this new edition of the beloved puzzle game. And for this one, you have until June 12th to back. And the last one I have to share with you is Maglev Maps Expansion Volumes 1 and 2. And expand Maglev Metro with 6 more maps, nanobots, ghost trains, and more. And this one goes till June 18th. And those were the only 3 Kickstarters that I saw that looked interesting. And that is our June update. As I said, I am off on vacation, and I will see you later in the month.